Southern California, AM 1220 KHTS. This is your host, Fred Arnold, and very happy on this Business Spotlight to be with Alex. Alex, you're Urbina, right?
It's Urbina.
Right? Urbina.
Yeah.
And you're a life coach and a coach on getting people to get their passion, fulfill their dreams in life, right? Tell me more about how you became a life coach.
Well, about 17 years ago, I was invited to partake or be a participant in a self-improvement workshop. It was a 3-day training. And I obliged my cousin to go along with him, and I went to this training. And there was some things the training was a powerful experiential workshop that gave me an opportunity to take a look at myself, and I got to experience myself at a deeper level, and I touched with my authentic self, and I started to have these powerful realizations about who I am. And I started to realize that I had these limiting beliefs that were getting in my way of accessing my full potential. And then I kind of got hooked, and I just got excited about learning more about myself and personal discovery, and I just set off on this journey, and I've been continuing this journey ever since.
I love it, Alex, because I always like to go to these. I like to get a brush up myself all the time to find out, where is my passion, and am I living it every day? And I would say, by and large, a lot of us are with our families and our children, but we also have limiting thoughts. The power of the mind can be so powerful on both ends. And I think that's one thing you bring out of people, isn't it? Is finding out what their true potential is.
Absolutely. A lot of what I do as a life coach is I ask people questions that they're not willing to ask themselves. Because we don't walk around asking ourselves stuff. A lot of times what we do is we ignore or pretend not to know that we're being controlling. We walk around in life pretending not to know that we're arrogant. And so we don't look at ourselves and examine ourselves, because if we take a deep, honest look at ourselves, we might, kind of scare ourselves, I think, at times. So as a coach, a lot of times my job is to ask you open-ended questions to help you have personal breakthroughs. Yeah. And that's really my job.
Yeah, one of the scariest things is when you don't know, you don't know. And that's what can come out of something like this. When you know, you don't know. That's good. Because then you're asking these questions. How can I get better? How can I be a better husband, wife, son, daughter? How can I live my life more fulfilling? And so asking those questions, tell me about the process as a life coach. What kind of process do you go through to kind of create breakouts in people's lives?
Well, first of all, I sit down and have a one-on-one, and people will tell you a lot about themselves based on the words that they use. So certain words, and I've trained myself to listen to the words that people use. They tell me a lot about themselves in the first 5 or 10 minutes. And as I'm listening to their speech and the way that they talk, tells me where some of the limitations are and what their thinking is. And so what I do is I start opening up possibilities for them that they can't see. And we start tapping into the I don't know that I don't know. And that's where the breakthroughs are happening, because as I'm opening up those possibilities and they're starting to see them for themselves is where you get the, oh my God, I didn't realize that, or I didn't see that, or wow, I wasn't aware of that.
Yeah, it's all about that awareness, because people genuinely are good people. It's just a matter of that genuine kindness coming out. Now let's talk about some of the work you do. You work with teens.
Yeah, when you talk about the passion, when I started doing this work, I was a pretty predominant life coach in the adult leadership component. And then I had a friend of mine ask me, she was a teacher at one of the local high schools, and she asked me to come and do a mini workshop for the teenagers there. And I created a 2-hour workshop, and the kids were in their heart crying and having these powerful life-altering breakthroughs and high-fiving each other and coming up to me and hugging me. And I instantly got clear about what I'm passionate about. And that passion eventually led to my purpose. And that's what I coach people on, is find what you're passionate about and just get focused on that and get committed to that, and that will eventually lead you to your purpose. And living a purpose-driven life, to me, is the only life to live.
Yeah, that's critical. Tell me about some of the trainings you do for teens.
I do a 2-day life-altering training, and the training really gives the kids the opportunity for them to get in and get out of their comfort zone and challenge themselves. And that's where they're having breakthroughs, is when I can create an opportunity for you to get out of your comfort zone and for you to experience what it's like to be alive again, to be nervous, to be afraid. And I think people don't want to experience that anymore. So what they do is they put these walls up, they stay safe, and there's no growth inside your comfort zone. And so what I do is I give kids opportunity to redefine themselves, to recreate themselves anew in each new moment throughout the weekend. And I think that's what gets kids alive and feeling that passion again.
Yeah, and I think that's critical for all of us, especially as a father of four. You get caught in the same thing every day, and sometimes you need to look back and say, okay, what can we do that's meaningful this weekend? How can I ask the right question when I get home, like, hey, was there anything in school that happened that I can help explain? Because maybe it's something different. Is there anything that you didn't quite understand? Is there anything I could do to help you? One thing I started doing, Alex, and I'm sure you recommend this, is as a father, now with phones, now I can leave them a voicemail and they won't listen, but when I'm on the road, I'll text my son and my two sons and daughter. My last daughter doesn't have a phone yet. A motivational message for the day. Go make a difference in someone's life. Go play like a champion today. And I think that just that message every day, it's almost like anything else. It becomes who they are.
Absolutely, that's an affirmation. And I think your kids are looking at you through your eyes to recognize themselves. And when you're a parent, it's very easy to forget that, because when they're small, they're looking at you to see how you see them. And if you're acknowledging them and you're giving them affirmations and you're confirming that you see them and hold them higher than they hold themselves, they will rise to that level. Yeah. And so that's what you're doing, is that you're letting him or her know that you see their greatness, and you're reminding them of that every day.
Yeah, you can. It's not you can't. It's you can. We have 1 minute, but pay it forward. I love that. I was reading that on your site. What is Pay It Forward?
Pay It Forward is a program that I've created for the kids that have gone through my trainings, and it's about giving back to the community. I believe that being a part of giving back to the community really creates a strong sense of self and fulfillment. And that's just what I've teed up for these kids, and they're excited to be in service. And that's what I want to condition kids, is to be of service and focus out and make a difference with others. And then you'll get those goodies and those gifts and those rewards through a sense of knowing who you are.
Yeah, Pay It Forward. Love it, love it. Alex, how can those that would like to reach you as a coach and or maybe attend one of your workshops?
They can go to my website at lifeleadershipscv.com. They can also call me at 661-505-2021.
Well, I also have one more time.
It's 661-505-5021. And I have a free family parent workshop coming up in a few weeks. And I said I was only going to take the first 30. We're already at 45. And so what I'm doing now is starting to look for a bigger place to have it. But if you really want to attend one of my workshops, it's a 2-hour workshop. It's for free. Wednesday, April 25th. Shoot me an email at alex@alexurbina.com.
Excellent. Thank you very much. Ladies and gentlemen, Alex Urbina, Life Leadership. Appreciate you coming in.
Thank you so much for having me.
Absolutely. This has been your host, Fred Arnold, on this Business Spotlight on AM 1220 KHTS.